ZTE Axon M. This phone has a Snapdragon 821 with Adreno 530 and IPS 5.2-inch display at 1080 by 1920 pixel resolution with a 16:9 ratio. And when it's unfolded, the two displays together create a 6.5-inch display with a 2160 by 1920 resolution. And it has 4 gigs of RAM with internal 64 gigs of storage, which is expandable to 256 gigabytes of storage with a micro SDXC card. It has like a 20 megapixel rear camera that can take images up to 5186 by 3876 pixels in a 4:3 aspect ratio, and it does 5120 by 2880 pixel resolution in the 16:9 aspect ratio. So the phone does weigh 230 grams, and just to give you a comparison to other phones, the Google Pixel 2 weighs 143 grams. The LG G6 weighs 163 grams. The Huawei Mate 10 weighs 186 grams, and the HTC U Ultra weighs 170 grams. So this phone is 230. Something to keep in mind if that is any concern to you. The sensors that it has are an accelerometer, compass, a fingerprint, a light, and a proximity sensor. And of course, notable features are it having a Corning Gorilla Glass 5, quick charge, secondary IPS display. And I opened this phone up before, and I've been using it for a few days. And it's already set up, but I'll just show you guys what's in the box that it comes with. So you get your usual manuals. It comes with charger, SIM ejection tool you put in your keychain, a micro USB to USB-C adapter, some headphones because this phone has a headphone jack on it on top, and a USB 3 charging cable. So the problem that I ran into with this phone, I'm been loving it. I'm having a good time using it for a few days now. The weird thing that I just started doing recently is when I go to turn it on, it gets stuck on the AT&T logo for a few minutes after it comes on. And no matter what I do, if I reset it, restart it gets stuck like this for a few minutes before the phone wakes up and lets me get into it and actually use it. I don't know why this started happening. I mean, it's not a big deal. I mean, I don't mind waiting a couple of minutes for it to boot up. Still a good phone, regardless. Now, as far as charging, I was able to get a little bit over 7 hours using this phone with light use, playing Angry Birds, and occasional use of the second display. With the use of both screens to watch a movie on one screen and surfing the internet on the other, I barely got 5 hours use for a fully charged battery on this phone. And just using a single display for web surfing, a full charge did last me nearly 9 hours. And charging the phone at 0% took about 30 minutes to get to 19%. Now it has a couple of cool features that I really do like that you don't really see on any other phones. And my favorite feature, this is great if you have a presentation that you wanted to show somebody, and let's say you're watching a video that you want somebody else to see. You can share the screen by duplicating what you're looking at. So two people could be looking at it. You could be watching the screen while they're watching the same screen that you're watching. It's kind of cool. This I thought was a neat feature. I've never seen something like this before, which is cool. I mean, if you're hanging out with a buddy and you want to be looking at the same video, you both could be watching what you're watching, so you don't have to sit next to each other looking at it. Or you can watch it like this, which is still kind of cool. I mean, you got this fold in the middle, which not a big deal. I mean, it's two screens. Can't really complain. I mean, there's going to be a little bit of drawback to having the phone with a foldable middle, but this is still a cool feature. Line in the middle, but can't really complain. At 140 bucks, the price is right. So if you're looking to get this phone, depending on what you were going to do with this phone and for what you were going to be using it for, it's worth considering some of these things. The battery life, it's all right. I mean, you can't really expect too much because of the dual screen setup. It does use a little bit more than a regular phone does. I mean, this phone is perfect for multitasking, and it still manages to get good battery life if you're just multitasking with a single screen, occasional second screen use. Things like watching videos on it, playing video games, it does, I mean, they're going to drain the battery considerably more than doing anything else on the phone. But that's a given. I mean, we all knew that. Personally, neither of these things are a problem for me. I work in IT, so I'm always near a place where I can charge this phone. Not a big deal. I'm still having a lot of fun with it, regardless of the battery life. This is still a good device. The screen is phenomenal. The sound quality is awesome. It plays games well. I mean, I haven't really had any performance hits on this phone where I had to say like, wow, that's the thing that sucks about this phone. I haven't had that moment yet, so I'm really liking this phone. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Other than that thing where it boots up and it gets stuck. It's still an excellent phone to buy at 140 bucks in 2019. In conclusion, what I'm getting to is it ain't no Samsung Galaxy Fold, but you know, it's a foldable phone for 140 bucks. If you're looking to get a phone that looks cool, feels great, has good quality, craftsmanship, this is definitely a good phone to get, even though it's 2 years old. I mean, if you don't mind that it's stuck, it's gonna be on Android Nougat 7.1.2 for forever. I mean, there was no update available for this phone. They never released an update. But if you don't mind it being on that version of Android going forward and not getting an update, then this is still a great buy at 140 bucks. Some people might say that, you know, they want the latest and the greatest, but I don't really see a difference in it being a new Android Nougat versus having Oreo or the latest version of Android Pie. Not a big deal to me, but some people might be concerned about that. Something to keep in mind. But I'm gonna wrap it up here. I got a couple other phones coming in. I just came in. I'm gonna be opening them up in a couple of days. The Razer Phone 2 and the Huawei Mate 10 Pro. I wanted to see how these are gonna stack up. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.